everyone. It has been such a long time. Like, I literally have not been active on my not my socials, but any content or anything for like months. I started full-time work again in March, so I literally every single thing to do with content has gone to the side. I've not been active at all. I've done like a few pods here and there, obviously done the overlap again twice, but other than that I've not been active at all. But I hope everyone's really well. I have missed speaking to you all. I have missed doing content. I just don't have like the time now. It's just a little bit of a nightmare, but I am going to try and get on it a little bit more consistently this season, because it is going to be an unbelievable season for everyone, not just for Newcastle fans, but for absolutely everybody. I completely forgot I even like paused my StreamYard plan because I wasn't doing content or anything. So I went to go live and it was like, you need to resume your plan. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. So that's why the StreamYard logo is still there. So yeah, a little bit mental. But as I say, I hope everyone is doing so well. I'm in a good place. I'm really excited for the season to start tomorrow. So excited. Actually, that reminds me, my new season ticket's sitting here. So I'm gonna like move it, otherwise I'll forget to take it to the games. And that'll be absolute nightmare if I forget to take that. So let's keep that there. The season tickets for Newcastle this season came in like these like really nice boxes. I mean, we do normally get nice boxes for them, but it came with like a little badge and a nice Newcastle United pen. This is my Atleti ticket and also my Atleti membership, and also my new season ticket in here in a nice little card holder. I'm not advertising for the club or anything, just thought I'd let you know if anyone's interested. So we are back. It is a new season. Really good transfer window so far. Been some incredible signings so far in the likes of Haaland and Darwin Núñez for Liverpool, Koulibaly at Chelsea. There's been some really good signings of the window so far. So I'm very excited to see what this season brings, not only for us, but for everybody involved in the league. So this is going to be a predictions video. This should have been done days ago, but as I say, life, hectic. So yeah, this should have been done a few days ago because this season has technically started right now. If anybody didn't watch the earlier game, Aston Villa, I was going to say, see, this is what I mean. It's already got on my head, already excited. Arsenal did beat Crystal Palace away 2-0. Crystal Palace played relatively well, but just didn't have that final third. I think they did struggle with that a lot last season as well. Arsenal played very good, specifically in the first half. Second half wasn't so good, but first half was very good. And Saliba, obviously making his Arsenal debut in the Premier League, did get man of the match on Sky Sports anyway. So Arsenal kicking off the season very well. So yeah, I'm going to get into my predictions. I am going to try and share my screen with you. Whether that works or not, I don't know. Because again, as I say, I have not been active for such a long time. I've pretty much forgot how to use any form of social media. Or any form of like streaming content or anything. I have completely forgotten. This is also a very whimsical, like, last minute decision to go live. I was set up. I've just been on Mr. Dawes channel, who is a Nottingham Forest YouTuber. If you want to go and check him out, I have just been on there doing a match review, preview, even because the match hasn't been a match preview for tomorrow. So I just thought, you know what, I'm at my streaming desk. Let's just go. So that is where we are. Also, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but these are my nails for the start of the new season. Obviously, we have got Bruno 39 here and the Newcastle Blue Star. So hopefully they bring us some good luck tomorrow. So let's get into it. I did ask on Twitter about 4 or 5 days ago if there was any pre-season shocks for the season ahead that anybody had. So if you did give me a shock on either on Instagram or Twitter, I am going to read the best shocks or unpopular opinions, if you will, coming up for the rest of the season after I've done my table prediction. So I am going to try and share my table prediction with you right now. I have literally just done it on BBC Sport website. I've literally just done a table predictor. So if I click on it, I need to know. You need to let me know. Well, you can't because I can't see my screen at the same time. I don't even know how to do that. So I mean, I'm just rubbish at this. But I am going to try and share my table predictor above. So let me just add my screen to the screen. So hopefully, there might be a little bit of a delay, but hopefully you can see that now. So you've seen it now, obviously, but let's just start from the bottom. So I have actually got Bournemouth and Fulham to go straight back down. I haven't seen any transfers from either of those clubs that, in my opinion, will help them stay in the league, because I think the quality of the league this year is going to be so strong. Haven't seen anything at all from Bournemouth and Fulham. I just don't think they have got the calibre this year to stay up. Obviously, I don't know. Scott Parker and Marco Silva might have different ideas, of course, but Marco Silva hasn't got a notoriously fantastic record in the Premier League, and obviously neither has Scott Parker. So, we will see, but I have got those two to go straight back down. Southampton as well. This might come as a shock to a lot of people because of who Southampton are. Hasenhüttl is a great coach. They are notorious for their talent coming through it and going to different clubs, obviously like Van Dijk and Mane and just people like that. However, again, their transfer window has been somewhat disappointing. They have Fraser Forster's obviously left to go to Tottenham. I can't remember who else has gone, but their signings none of them have been over the age of 25, so all relatively young signings. I do think Joe Rebo is a brilliant signing, by the way. I have watched him for a long time since he was at Charlton, but other than that, they haven't really done massive amounts of business that I believe would make them compete in the league this year. Also, they had pretty much a run of form towards the end of last season, which wasn't good. I think they didn't win in like 10 games or something like that. So yeah, I've actually got Southampton to get relegated this year. That might be a shock to some people. But yeah, just for me, I just don't believe that they are going to stay up at all. Okay, so that is my relegation. Southampton, Fulham and Bournemouth. And then above that, in the next three positions, at 17th, I've got Everton. At 16th, I've got Brentford. And at 15th, I've got Nottingham Forest. Everton, again, they seem to have a pretty decent transfer window, to be fair to them. Obviously, like Tarkowski's come in, Dwight McNeil. Who else did they get? I can't remember now. Anyways, they might be getting that Onana who West Ham were interested in, but I can't remember who else they signed. But anyways, yeah, I just don't think Lampard is a coach that is going to make Everton do anything. They've got still some very serious financial problems in terms of, overspending on FFP and things like that. So I just don't believe that they will do anything in the league this year, in my opinion. And I hope they don't, because I don't like Everton. Sorry if there's any Everton fans in the comments, but everybody knows I don't like the Scouse Mackhams. So yeah, 17th. That's where I've put them. And then ahead of them, I've got Brentford. Again, if they get Damsgaard, then their transfer window has been generally okay. But they have lost a massive cog in Eriksen, and I just don't think you can replace that very easily. And I do think, unfortunately, that Brentford's second season syndrome might hit them a little bit this year. But I don't think they're going to get relegated or anything like that. I think they'll still be fine. I still think they've got a relatively decent coach and a decent team, and their fans are very much community-led and very much behind them. So I do think then that will be okay. But yeah, I can't see them competing in the league in terms of like top half or anything like that. And then obviously Nottingham Forest ahead of them. Now, this is Nottingham Forest's first season in the Premier League for, I think it's like about 23 years. Don't quote me on that amount because I don't actually know, but it is 20 years plus at least. So I'm only 27, so I always feel like Nottingham Forest have been in the Premier League. They obviously haven't. So yeah, I think they've got 13 new signings through the door, which is absolutely insane. Like, what other club in the Premier League in recent seasons have we seen spend money on 13 signings? They haven't been big name signings, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Jesse Lingard has been, but he was on a free transfer. It's just his wages to pay. So, yeah, I think they're going to be fine. I think it is going to take a lot of time for their team to gel. Obviously, you can't just chuck a new starting 11 on the pitch and expect it to work. It's 9 times out of 10 that's not going to happen. So it will take them a little bit of time to settle, but I do think they will be on smoke. I think they'll try everything to stay in the league. And, yeah, they will do that, I think, this year. Ahead of that, I've got Leeds, Crystal Palace and Leicester. Now, Leeds, again, they have made about 4 or 5 signings, decent ones at that as well. Roca and Sinistera and things like that are really good signings. But Jesse Marsch needs to implement his system now. Towards the end of last season, we did not see a system at all. They had a terrible run. They literally were only saved on the final day due to Newcastle beating Burnley. So, yeah, they need to really fix up this season. And obviously, I love their kits. This season they've got really, really nice kits. But yeah, I just think they have lost 2 of their best players. That's not a reason why they're down there though, because Calvin Phillips didn't really fit the system last year, but Rafinha is going to be a massive loss. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to replicate any form of, Bielsa's success or anything like that, and for Jesse Marsch to implement his own system. Crystal Palace, I have got there, obviously watching them tonight. I do still think they have some decent ballers there. I actually predicted them yesterday to be my shock of the season. I have watched them tonight and done my table prediction because I just think that they are just going to be there and thereabouts again, top half of the bottom half of the table, if that makes sense. But I do like Patrick Vieira. I think Crystal Palace have some unbelievable balls in the squad. Eze, Elise, Zaha. I just think that they have some really good players there. Decore, things like that. But unfortunately, I just don't. Watching them tonight, they really need a little bit more tenacity going forward, and definitely in the final third. And Leicester. Now, Leicester are a big talking point for me this season because they have not brought any signings in this window so far. And it is looking more and more likely that they are going to lose either Fofana or Maddison, or both. Obviously, we've been interested in Maddison. We've put 2 bids in, both been rejected. Fair enough, they were below the belt in terms of Leicester's valuation. But Fofana, they want £80 million for Fofana. Whether Chelsea want to pay that or not, that is up to them. But also Kasper Schmeichel has left, who has been their absolute stalwart cog in the machine for 11 years. So that is a big loss. They now don't have they have Danny Ward, but they don't have a senior goalkeeper experience in the Premier League now, which is mad for Leicester. So yeah, I don't think they're going to have a good season. I think Brendan Rodgers is very much under pressure. And yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a mixed season for them. I just can't, especially if they lose their 2 players. If they keep Fofana and Maddison, they might be okay. But at this moment in time, it probably looks like either one of them is going to go or both. So yeah, I've just predicted Leicester to be 12th. And then moving obviously into the final 2 places of the bottom half of the table, I have gone Wolves and Aston Villa. Now, Wolves, again, I don't even know what they've done in the transfer window, but they obviously have got the likes of Adama Traore back. But I don't know what else they've done in the window. I can't even think off the top of my head who they signed. Also looks like Conor Cody is going to go to Everton. I don't know if that's actually been fully agreed yet or anything like that, but as of yesterday, it looked like Conor Cody might be going to Everton, which is mad to me as a Liverpool fan. So yeah, I don't know what Wolves are going to do. Again, I don't even know how they finished where they did last season, because they had a really bad run of form again. And every game I watched, they looked really poor. So I don't know why they ended up finishing the way that they did, but they did. So yeah, we'll see for Wolves. But I do like Bruno Lage, and I do think that he is a good manager, and I do think that Wolves have a decent squad. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them finish higher than that, but that's just my prediction for now. And then I've got Aston Villa. Now, I have seen so many people, literally so many people, put Aston Villa 6th. Is that not madness to you? Is that not wild? Aston Villa 6th? In the Europa League, Aston Villa? No, I'm not seeing that at all. Again, they went on a pretty bad run of form as well after January, I believe. They're on a pretty bad run of form. And I know they have brought Diego Carlos in, who has been arguably one of the better centre-backs for Sevilla in La Liga for the last few years. Obviously, they brought in Kamara and Coutinho permanently, which I do believe are good signings. I think the Coutinho transfer getting over the line was brilliant. And I do think they have had a decent window, but I just haven't seen anything of them yet to believe that they are going to get in Europe over the likes of Man United or West Ham. I just haven't seen it. So it's probably a little bit of media bias towards Steven Gerrard, that. But I do think they will have a top half finish, if you will. But other than that, yeah. I'm going to come back to your comments now and see what you think about my bottom half predictions. And then we'll go on to the top half of the table. So let's have a quick look. Sorry, I just have to scroll up to your comments and see what the crack is. Oh yeah, everyone's saying yeah, you can see it. Okay, great. So CD Zombie says, if I can get onto it, Bournemouth is probably a clear one at this point. They're one of those teams who bounce in between. Yeah, just very much like a Norwich situation. Like, you know, to be fair, for some clubs, the parachute payments are just worth their weight in gold. And I understand that because they literally get a significant amount more than the other teams in the Championship do. So, yeah, I get it. I understand that. And again, I don't think they have that. And obviously Tom Lynch agrees as well. Says a Bournemouth and Fulham will be bottom 2. And Doug, shout out Doug as well. Please go and check out Doug's channel if you can. Marco Silva has a 30% win rate in the Premier League with Everton, Hull and Watford. Now that is not good. Awesome. I've got Spurs. Probably I don't know who that is above. Is it above Arsenal or Chelsea? Yeah, sorry about that. We will have a little bit of a conversation about that in a minute. Marv as well says that Hasenhuttl is actually one of his out there shouts to get sacked first. I do think he's under a lot of pressure again. He's one of the managers who are under pressure this season, in my opinion. And Tom says that he thinks Brentford will be 18th over Southampton. I've got Southampton there. Yeah, Everton just survived Southampton Elite and 15th and 16th. So roughly the same teams, but just in different positions. And Adam Heath-Smith thinks that Wolves are going to be way lower. Now, I did have, as I say, Wolves are a funny one because I just genuinely don't know where they're going to be. Their form last season was really odd, but they still managed to finish quite high in the table. So, yeah, I put Wolves kind of, it's a little bit of a odd one for me. Again, but if they lose Conor Cody, that's going to be hard to replace. So, yeah. And obviously this is Rene as well. He's a Leicester fan. He says that Leicester, I agree if they lose Fofana. Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for Leicester because I do like Leicester as a club and I do like Leicester as a team, and I think their achievements over the last few years have been incredible. But just this window has been odd for them, and I don't really believe that it's going to be any good. I think Forest will do okay. 14th for me. 23 years since Forest won the Premier League, relegated in 1999. I was 4 years old, man. And I swear to God, I remember them being in the Premier League. I obviously don't, but I'm pretty sure that I did. I was almost positive. Almost positive. Brighton Palace in 12th and 13th. Now, Brighton's a funny one as well, a bit like Wolves. I have Brighton a little bit higher, but that's because I just don't know where to put them, and I just see them being a little bit better than other teams around them. It's going to be an odd league this year. 15 upwards, like last year, is going to be very odd, and we're going to see a lot of chopping and changing throughout the season. So, yeah. Fierce Freddy says Palace will be fine. Jimo says he can see Everton going down. We pray. No offense. And Murph FM says they're going to struggle for sure this year. Bottom half, therefore, I think he means Leicester. So yeah, Prince Teddy says Tielemans is coming to us. I am so surprised that no one has gone in for Tielemans yet. Like, genuinely so surprised. Especially at the price that is probably quoted. I think that it's about 25 million, I believe. Obviously, Rene, he is a Leicester fan, so he might correct me in that. But yeah, I'm surprised no one's got in for Tielemans yet. I know, obviously, Arsenal are massively interested in Tielemans, and I think that will be a good move because I do think he's such a good player. And Murph says, Villa have had a good window, but yeah, mid-table at best. Tom says he has Leicester and Wolves in 10th and 11th, but he did it a few weeks ago, and obviously lack of activity has changed. Oh, my comments have gone right down the bloody bottom now, haven't they? Typical. Sorry, I'm going to have to go scroll back up. Villa have had a good year, but mid-table at best. Oh, thank you. Thank you for this comment. I really do appreciate that. Freddie says Villa are going to finish lower. Gerrard is poor, but Tom has them in 9th. Yeah, I've seen a lot of top half-table finishes for Villa, but 6 is just mad to me. It's absolutely insane. I do not believe. And you're saying 1892k. Al says he's top Villa and Brighton. And Prince Teddy, Arsenal fan, we are top of the league. You go ahead. Oh, and here's Dor. I did just shout your channel out, by the way, because I did say I was just on there. So yeah, go and check out Dor. This side, go and check out Dor's channel. He is a Nottingham Forest fan, and obviously this has been a big season for them. Do you think Newcastle will finish in Europe this season? I will go back onto the top half of my table predictions now. But spoiler alert, I don't. I don't think we're going to finish in Europe this season. So yeah. Oh, and Doug says he has the same 3 to go down as me, which is Bournemouth, Fulham, and Southampton in the same order. And obviously David's here. Arsenal win the league. Anything else is accurate. And I think this is about Tielemans agreeing personal terms with Arsenal. And Jimo says, better fan here, going to break me when you lot win the league. You'll be waiting a long while, I think. Unfortunately for us, but I think you will be waiting a long while. Okay, so let's share my screen again and let's go onto the top half of the table. So in 9th, I have got Brighton. Now, obviously, I know a lot of the comments have disagreed with that, but I just think Graham Potter is such an unbelievable coach. I know they have just recently lost Cucurella today, which is a massive blow for them, but they have got Levi Colwill on loan, and I do think Colwill is a fantastic player for a young player who we haven't really seen much of. And I just think that Graham Potter and Brighton in general, they now have that pedigree of being good. They probably will finish lower than what I have put them, but as I said, this from 7th and below to about 12th, I'm really struggling to place teams. Because it's just like a weird thing. It's like a weird season. And going on at 8th, I have put Newcastle United. Now, never in 10 years have I predicted us to finish that high in the table. I've never actually predicted us to finish top 10 before. If anything, 10th. But I've never predicted us to finish 8th. Never. I just think that around that, as I say, those 5 or 6 teams that are between 8th and 12th, I just think we have more than them right now, just in terms of morale, in terms of team, manager. I just think that we just have a bit more than them right now. Now, every channel I've gone on, as I say, I have just been on Joe's channel, and I did predict 9th, and that's because I don't want to get too carried away. I don't want to think that we're going to finish top 8 this season. But when I was just sorting the table out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put us 8th. If we finish 10th, let me just put this on record. If we finish 10th, I will be over the moon, because it's just not a year going into relegation again, in a relegation battle. And that is, honestly, you just don't understand if you're not a Newcastle fan. That means more to us than anything in the world, that we're not going to be in a relegation battle this year. And I trust that we're not, for the first time in years and years and years, apart from obviously being in the Championship. So yeah, I have put us 8th. Whether or not I believe that is a different story, but I do think it is possible. So now, after 8th, going into European spots, I've got West Ham to finish in the Europa Conference League spot, as they did, obviously, was it last season again? Are they in the Conference League again this season? I can't remember. I think they are. So I've got them to finish there again. I just don't believe at this point, they've had a brilliant window, don't get me wrong. I think West Ham have had a fantastic window. I just can't see them at this point, like leapfrogging at Chelsea or Man United. But Man United are a bit of a question mark above Man United's heads this season, because they have got a new manager. They have brought in a couple of new players, so another question mark. So I have put Man United in 6th and West Ham in 7th. But if West Ham have a decent season, they could leapfrog Man United, for example, to go into Europa League. So yeah, I've got Chelsea, Man United in the Europa League spots. This might come as a shock that I've got Chelsea there, because I actually do think Chelsea have done some, again, great business this window. But they are another team like Man United who now have a question mark above their head. They have got a new owner in Todd Bowley. They have been rejected a couple of times for players in terms of the likes of Koundé, for example, Rafinha as well. So a little bit, I have been speaking to Chelsea fans pre-season. They said they just haven't felt like, it hasn't felt right. There's something not quite right. It's a little bit off for Chelsea pre-season. So yeah, I have predicted them to get Europa League spots rather than Champions League. But Champions League pedigree is ingrained in Chelsea's history, and obviously they have won it recently. So yeah, I would not be surprised if they finish in Champions League spots. But if it is, I think it'll be 4th or 5th for them. Now I've gone. Arsenal fans will be happy with this. I have gone with Arsenal in Champions League spots. Arsenal and Spurs, for example. Both have had fantastic windows. I think Gabriel Jesus is an unbelievable signing. Like, honestly, I've got him in my fantasy Premier League and everything. I just think he's a fantastic player. And watching him tonight, this first half specifically, I thought it was very, very good. And I do think he will bang, because obviously Arsenal haven't necessarily played with a number 9 or a quality number 9 for a long time. Lacazette fell off the last few seasons, and Nketiah just wasn't ready to step up and take that number 9, that sole number 9 spot. He has actually been given Thierry Henry's shirt number in 14 this year, so he's got big shoes to fill. But yeah, I just think Arsenal's had a decent window and they know what they want. If they get Tielemans, then that's going to be fantastic. And they've had a really, really good window, one of the best. But yeah, I have got them in Champions League. They were a couple of points away. Apologies, because we were the ones that stopped them getting Champions League. I apologise. Well, I don't, but I do as well. So yeah, I just have them finishing in 4th in the Champions League spots this year, because I think this is Arteta's season to prove himself. It's probably the last chance he's going to get to prove himself if they don't finish in Champions League spots, or at least, well, no, not 5th, because he did that this year. So yeah, if they don't finish in the Champions League spots, I think he's under pressure at the end of the season. So yeah, we will see. And then Spurs again, I think Spurs have had a fantastic window, probably the best window so far. They brought in 5 really good quality players, and the Richarlison transfer was a little bit off, because I think he's not going to get a lot of game time unless it's cup games or games where they're not a must win. Towards the end of the season, I think he's going to be petulant because of that, because that's just how he is. He wants to play football and he wants to be the main man. He's going to have a big culture shock move to Tottenham this year. However, I do still think it's a decent backup. They paid 60 million for him. It's got to be a decent backup. Obviously, Perisic, they have signed as well. And who else? Jed Spence, obviously Fraser Forster as well. There's someone I'm missing, because I'm sure they've signed 5 players. Off the top of my head, I can't think. Anywho, so yeah, I just think they have had a decent window, and I think they'll definitely get Champions League. Conte is known for it, and they did it last year. So I think 3rd for Tottenham. And then I have got Liverpool in 2nd and Man City to be the league title winners. Now, I think Liverpool will be there and thereabouts, and it would not surprise me if they beat Man City. They played very, very well in the Community Shield, and yeah, it's going to be a tight race again this season, and it would not surprise me if they win it. I just think Man City just have that little bit extra. I think Haaland is going to play more than Nunes, for example, but more Salah is inevitable. So yeah, very mixed bag for me with Man City and Liverpool. Man City's business has been very, very good in terms of they have recouped the money that they've spent, which is brilliant, and they've signed some really decent players. I think Jack Grealish is going to have a better season this year. I do think now, obviously, they missed out on Cucurella because he's gone to Chelsea. I do think now that Man City need a left back, a decent left back. Whether or not they do that before the end of the window, I'm not sure. But in my opinion, I think they would need that. But Pep, again, as I said, inevitable. He is a serial winner. So I do think that if he doesn't necessarily focus on Champions League this year, which I do think he will, I think that they'll win the league. But Liverpool won't be far behind, and they'll definitely be there and thereabouts. So yeah, that is my predictions for the league this season. Let me know what you all think. Let me know what your predictions are. I obviously have a little bit of a mixed bag. So yeah, Bam says Newcastle top 10 is progress 100%. If we finish 10th, I'll be so happy, genuinely. But yeah, it's just going to be a nice season for us this year, really. Southampton get relegated, bold opinion. I know it is. I genuinely do think it is, but there is obviously my reasonings behind why I think they're going to get relegated. But yeah, I see Wilson and potential mix for the Golden Boot if he stays injury free. Now, Hilmy, that is very staying injury free for Callum Wilson. It will be a shock. That'll be like the biggest shock of the season if he stays injury free. But yeah, obviously he's our main man, isn't he? So yeah, I could see like him scoring at least 15. But again, it's just him staying fit. Flawless says United 6. I want to get mad at it, but I can't. And listen, you're still in Europe. It's fine. You're still in Europe. Ten Hag could do a madness. You might get Champions League. I wouldn't be surprised just because of how Ten Hag is, and he has signed players that he knows very well. So like obviously like in Lisandro Martinez and Eriksen that he's known in the past, and Malacia. So do you know what? Like it's not like it's going to take a long time for him to get used to him or anything like that. I do think that you probably might finish higher, but just at this moment, it's just question marks for you guys and Chelsea. So that's why I've put you where you are. Prince Eddie says, I agree, United will finish 6th. And Tom says that he has put Newcastle in 7th, West Ham in 8th, but I think I'd switch that around. West Ham have made some smart signs. We look good, but I think we're slightly short of West Ham. Top half, great. Europe, amazing. Yeah, 100% agree. I don't think we've done enough in the transfer window to beat West Ham at the moment. They've signed a striker that we haven't. And also Cornet, which is a right winger. They can play on both, I think. So yeah, we've not done that, and that is, in my opinion, where we needed to strengthen. So yeah, I don't think we're anywhere near West Ham at the moment, but I do think we'll probably finish not far behind them. It'll be an interesting season with the World Cup in the middle. Thanks for the live. I do expect the top 4 to be, as you say, Chelsea from Fulham area being spending money. That is a good point, because the World Cup is going to be a big thing in the middle of the season, because obviously we're going to have players that are coming back tired. As it stands, the top 2 teams are going to be fine, because Haaland's not going to the World Cup. Mo Salah and Luis Diaz, I think, both are not going to the World Cup. So it'll be very interesting to see what the teams are like, obviously post the break. So we've now, Newcastle in a bit of a funny position, because the last few years we haven't had like any massive misses in terms of internationals, but obviously probably Trippier is going to be missing now, definitely Bruno, Botman, things like that. I can't remember who's qualified for the World Cup at this point, but yeah, we're going to have a couple of players missing now, so it's going to be a bit of a strange one for us as well. Fierce Freddy thinks that Ten Hag is going to win Manchester United the Europa League. I can see that. I think it'll be in Arsenal in the final already. I do, because you're both going to be wanting to win it massively, because it is important for you this year. So, yeah. And David thinks that 6th is generous to Man United. So, I don't know. I thought I was being a bit harsh, really. But, yeah, when you look at it on the basis of things, I think it's probably a little bit fair. Andrew Ellis, your team will be a major threat, Kendall. I know everyone's like a little bit like excited about it and stuff, and I'm trying my best to stay reserved, because I don't want to seem delusional. I don't want to seem like I have really high expectations, because I don't think that we're going to finish in Europe this year at all. And I think it would be like ridiculous progress if we did finish in European places. But yeah, top half finish will be lovely. 10th will be fine. Decent cup run again will be fine. I will be really, really happy with that. Adam Heath-Smith says that West Ham are another tune to leapfrog Man United. Another shocker of a season ahead for them. But I'm more than happy with 10th for us. I don't think we'll leapfrog Man United this season. West Ham might. I don't think we will. But yeah, we will definitely see. And Tom says that he has Chelsea, Arsenal and Man U in 4th, 5th and 6th. We would have Arsenal in 4th. And Chelsea and Man U are both in transition. Yeah, it'll be a very interesting season for both of those teams. I do think both have made relatively decent signings, and both have fantastic managers behind them. And obviously really good structures at the clubs. I know Man United fans probably disagree in terms of the Glazers, but as a structure, you know, they know how to handle the Premier League, and they know how to handle getting into trophy positions. So yeah, it will be a bit of a weird season for those. Balam says Chelsea, what the hell? Manchester City should win the league for the 5th time in 6th season. They signed Erling Haaland, who is a talent. Still seems Raheem Sterling, and obviously Zinchenko now, who was there for a few seasons. Yeah, it's really hard to just look past City in any instance, because like Pep knows how to win. Manchester City know how to win. That team is full of experienced winners. Even like Haaland, for example, I know he's been at Dortmund and stuff, but he knows how to handle and like Champions League and trophies and things like that. So yeah, I just believe that they just have it, and it's hard to look past them. But as I say, I would not be surprised if Liverpool did win the league, because they look very good in the Community Shield, which I forgot to say. Very good in the Community Shield, played very well. Mane is going to be extremely hard to replace, but they've got Nunes, who is a very, very good young striker. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, really. I think it'll be them two, and then like a massive gap to 3rd, to be honest. And Doug says 1st City, unfortunately, 2nd Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, West Ham, Leicester, Newcastle and Palace for his top 10. Dana says Kendall top 6 spot on. Nice to see people agreeing with me, because normally people don't. So yeah, Chelsea will be higher than Arsenal. And I think Chelsea would turn out okay in the long run. Be very interesting to see what happens with Man United. Oh, Bissouma is the one that I forgot for Tottenham. So thank you very much, Ballon, because Bissouma is the one that I forgot. Who is a great, absolutely fantastic signing, in my opinion. Obviously, post case. He's a very good signing. Yeah, and Hilmy said Bissouma as well, so he's the one I forgot. Andrew says that Ten Hag will surprise a lot of people. Do not write him off, that's all. I have a lot of belief in him than I do in the squad. Ten Hag is a fantastic manager. If anyone didn't know, I lived in Holland for a time and was very aware of, I think he was at Utrecht, I believe, prior to being at Ajax. One of those teams anyway, and he was very well talked about, very highly thought of in Holland, and his high press, so like high press style of football will be very suited to the Premier League. But yeah, I do think Ten Hag is a fantastic manager. There is just a lot going on at Manchester United that makes it hard to be a good manager in the way you want to be. And there's a lot of team issues that need to be gotten rid of. Obviously, they lost Pogba now, which is probably a blessing in disguise for both parties, really. So yeah, it's just an odd situation, but I do think he's a fantastic manager. Kilo Mello says, oh, I've gone on full screen. Hold on. My whole computer just went like full screen. It went really weird. It was horrible. Anyways, Kilo Mello says Spurs window is overrated. They signed 6 players. Brasuma is a great signing. Richarlison is decent, and they overpaid on the young right back as promised. That's it. The other signings. Do you know what? I genuinely, I think Perisic is going to be fine. I know a lot of people have said that he's not going to be, and they don't rate him. But I genuinely believe that he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be fine. Spurs in third, but I think Liverpool edge it this year. Man City have Haaland, but I think Liverpool look lethal up front. Yeah, I agree. As I've said, I'm not genuinely going to be surprised if they do win the league, to be fair. Can't we just relegate Man United? Can't stand the bastards. It would be nice, but I mean, people were expecting it last year, man. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Now, not in my lifetime will I see Man United relegated. Promise you that. Absolutely promise you that. Thoughts on Maddison from Jacob. I want Maddison. I thought he was a diving little cheap when he played for Leicester, but he is a player that I would absolutely want in my team. Leicester are a team that we should be targeting, in my opinion, in terms of leapfrogging them over the next few years. So, yeah, I think just pay it. 55 million, in my opinion, is fine. Wolves have just rejected bloody 35 million for Morgan Gibbs-White today. 20 million more for James Maddison, in my opinion, is a good deal. So, yeah, I just think Maddison's absolutely, it'll be a very, very good signing. Flo says, Man United prop, let's go. Yeah, not very often you hear Man United prop from me. Is it? Not very often. But we'll see. And yeah, obviously, if you haven't checked it out, Callum Wilson and Michael Antonio from West Ham do a Footballers Football podcast every season, and they have a little bit of a bet going on in terms of goals scored and things like that. Obviously, Antonio won last year because Callum Wilson was injured from like January or whatever. So Michael Antonio won that last year, but they've got a little bet going on now. So I think Callum Wilson will have a little bit of fire behind him. And Jacob's obviously said he's not happy about Cornet going to West Ham. Like, if anybody follows me on social media, you know that I said this yesterday. I said that I was actually fuming at the West Ham signing Cornet because I believe that for 17.5 million, he's a really decent player at a really decent price. And for a team like us who needs depth, I just thought it was a good signing to be made. Obviously, I don't think we were in for him at any point in terms of like a concrete offer or concrete interest. I think it was probably just one of a number of players that we've looked at. So I wasn't even saying that I didn't trust the owners or didn't trust Eddie Howe's judgment. It wasn't like that. It was just my own personal opinion that I believed it would be a good signing from the outside looking in. But I do trust the recruitment, and I really just hope that we get at least one attacker in before the end of the window. But I would have liked Cornet as well. Tom says when he's fit, Wilson is among the best strikers in the Premier League, but can't stay fit, and that's the biggest issue really. On his day, he's absolutely fantastic striker, but just isn't fit enough. He's only played half of the games, I believe, for Newcastle that he could have, which is mad, really. So especially when he's our number 9. So bit of a a struggle, excuse me. But yeah, I hope we can manage injuries better as well. We'll see. Obviously, it's a full season under Eddie Howe and his staff this season, so hopefully we have the right people in place to manage the injuries better. And Andrew says that Everton are going down this season. Well, as I said, let's pray. Let's pray for the Scouse Mackhams to be gone. I was praying last season, but obviously somehow managed to save it halfway down to us because we gifted them 3 points at Goodison, which I'll never get over. That is honestly one result that I'll live with me to the end of time, you know. I'll never get over that. 1-0. I'll just never get over it. But never mind, anyways. I think Villa could potentially be in trouble when people were hammering Lampard for his results. Lampard gave more points than Gerrard when they took over the Toffees. Yeah, this was my point in terms of like putting them 10th. Other people had them 6th and stuff, and I just don't see it. They had Coutinho last season and didn't finish anywhere near that, and all they've done is obviously add Diego Carlos and Boubacar Kamara to that. I don't know if they signed anyone else. I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, I don't think they're going to finish in European spots or anything like that. But 10th would be decent for them. And Jimmo says, looking forward to seeing how Sterling does for Chelsea. Me, 100%, absolutely agree. I loved Raheem Sterling. Everybody knows that I love Raheem Sterling, and I rate him so highly as a player. So yeah, I'm really, really, really looking forward to see what he does. And Gadget says, Kendall, what is your prediction for tomorrow's game with Newcastle and Nottingham Forest? I've gone 2-1 Newcastle. I think Nottingham Forest will be on smoke tomorrow. They're going to want to win for their first game in the Premier League. Atmosphere at St James is going to be amazing, and our home record is pretty decent over the last 6 or so months. 7 months. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good game, but I have got us to win. And you know that I don't predict us to win ever. Yeah. I don't know. We will see. Rennie says Newcastle 4, Nottingham Forest 0. Wow. If that's the result for tomorrow, you will see me on the telly literally like being like a pitch invader. You'll see that. You'll see it. I'll shout out Yash as well. Really nice to see you. If we get De Jong, I have us getting top 4. Otherwise, Spurs and Chelsea in 3rd and 4th. We have to win Europa League, I think. Yeah, I think so as well. Either you or Arsenal have to win Europa League. Both of you need it just as much. So yeah, I do think that you need that. And shout out to my mate Paul. Absolutely adore him. Love him a bit. Thank you so much for joining us, Ballum. I really, really appreciate your insight as always, and it's so nice to speak to you again. So yeah, thank you everybody for your comments. I've got a couple of questions in here. Sorry, the comments keep going at the bottom, so if I've missed your comment, I really do apologise. Who will get sacked first? It's a difficult one, really. I think Scott Parker's kind of got a little bit of a way in with Bournemouth because I don't think he's going to get sacked. It's going to be almost a Daniel Farke situation at Norwich, Dean Smith situation. So I think he'll be fine. It might be Brendan Rodgers, Renee. I don't know. The pressure's on him this season. Hassan Huttle's another one. Lampard's another one. It could be anyone, really. Jamal says, would you like to see the mighty Borough and Sunderland back in the Prem with you lot? No, is the straight answer. If it was going to be one of them, I would rather it be Middlesbrough. I don't want to see Sunderland in the Premier League. I'm going to be honest. I don't miss derby days at all because it's just, ultimately, it's unnecessary stress that I don't need. So, yeah, no is my answer. No offence to everyone. I regret not making Callum Wilson captain of my FPL. I have Mo Salah, but would really enjoy it when he bags. Yeah, I haven't even got Callum Wilson in my FPL this year because it's just, I just think he's not going to stay fit. So, I mean, touch wood, God forbid. I hope he does. But yeah, I haven't got him in there. I've got Haaland and Gabriel Jesus. Let's get relegated. Oh, that is a big bold shout. I don't think they're relegated. In my opinion, they could, but I don't think they will. Who do you think has had the most underrated and overrated transfer window so far? That's a good question, to be fair. I think Spurs have had a good window, but obviously a lot of people think it's overrated. I mean, maybe you look at on the outside looking in, maybe it is. I don't know, but underrated, I think probably West Ham underrated. I think they've had a really, really decent window. And Flora says, you don't want Sunderland back in the Prem. I don't. I would rather them rot in like League 2 for the rest of my life. Genuinely. Not even, no shame about it. And it's actually nice to know that we won't be dragged in it now forever in my whole life, which is great. I love it. Absolutely lovely scenes. Love to see it. I love this game in the name of Patrice Evra. So yeah. Okay, so now I've rambled on for 45 minutes about my season predictions. Obviously, you give me yours. I'm going to read out some of the worst shocks that you lot gave me on Twitter. I did ask this and Instagram. I'm not going to be able to get through them all because there was hundreds of comments. But I'll just read the top ones that are here, and you can tell me if it's a shock, if you think it's going to happen, or if it's absolutely wild, like it's just the wildest opinions ever. Okay, so Ashley_S on Twitter has said Spurs are going to be City's biggest rivals this season. Not Liverpool, Spurs. Everton in the relegation battle and Haaland Golden Boot. Okay, the Haaland Golden Boot shock and the Everton relegation battle, that's not too bad. But Spurs to be City's rivals, that's quite shocking, I think. I don't think it will. I think it'll be Liverpool and City. Darren on Twitter has said Man United are going to finish outside of the top 8. World Cup break will help Wilson stay fit and score 20 plus goals, and Everton will finish bottom. Now, that is some shocking scenes. That is some shocking scenes. Who else have we got? Aidan Fernandez on Twitter said Miggy 10 plus goals. That will be a shock, but you know, if pre-season's anything to go by, Miguel Almiron's had a really decent pre-season, so I hope he does it in the Premier League this year. If you have any unpopular opinions or shocks, please leave them in the comments as well, and I will have a look at them as well. Mac the guy wrote Everton relegated, Rodgers, Gerrard and Howe all sacked. Man City don't win the league and Pep departure gets announced mid-season. I can't see Howe getting sacked. He's just signed a long-term deal, guys. I can't see him getting sacked this season. There's no reason for him getting sacked. I mean, Rodgers I can see, as I've said. Gerrard is a lot of pressure on him this season. But again, I don't think they're going to sack him. So, yeah. Prime, if you want to just pop your predictions in here, you can do. That'll be amazing. Yeah. Scross put on Everton, Bournemouth and Leeds relegated. Newcastle top 7. Wilson 18 plus goals. Top 4 he's written down that actually is fine. But he's actually got 5th and 6th, Arsenal and Newcastle. We're not going to, guys, please, we're not going to get into Europe views. I know that I just can't see it. I just can't see it, really. Oh, I want to see it so bad, but I can't. I just can't see us being better than like Man United or West Ham or anything like that. I just can't see it. And Jamie Smith again, another Spurs shout. Spurs to potentially get crash top 2. Again, I think that's a wild shout. I think they got top 3, no bother. But yeah, I just can't see it. Hail Me, who is in the comments as well and in the chat, he has said Callum Wilson will be in the mix for Golden Boot if injury free. You have already put that in the comments, so yeah. Steve Machala from NFTV has put in Newcastle to win the FA Cup. Oh, I would love to win the FA Cup so bad. I would love to win it. Can't see it. Gabriel Sutton has put in Brighton to finish higher than last season, which was 9th. So Brighton to finish higher than that. And he is obviously on my path, and he says that the managing system is so good that he thinks they're going to go to another level. I can't remember where I put Brighton. Did I put them 11th? I can't remember now. But yeah, I don't think... I might have put them 9th. I think I put them 9th, didn't I? I put Newcastle 8th and Brighton 9th, didn't I? We'll see. Christian has put in, now this is going to be a big shock to a lot of people, a lot of Man United fans in the comments. Shock to everyone but me. Manchester United to win the league. Oh God, honestly, that would be amazing if that would happen, but I can't see it this year, unfortunately. And then he's put again, next shock to everyone but me. Spurs won't get top 6. Conte to be gone by December. And then third one, obviously this guy is a very, very, what's the word? Like, I want to say delusional, that's actually rude. Very optimistic Manchester United fan. Third one, Rashford will be player of the season. Someone just commented underneath saying stop doing drugs. Mad. Absolute madness. We've got another one here. Ekitike joins on UFC in January. Can't see it happening, guys. He's just signed a long-term deal with PSG. Not seeing that happening. Key Bolton put on here Haaland and Nunes to score less than 20. To be fair, we are seeing more and more seasons go by. The goals are coming from midfield a lot. So like late teens, early 20s, and is now becoming like the benchmark for goals of the season, golden boot. So yeah, bit mad. Martin Smith put on here Tuchel to quit by Christmas. And Arsenal will join Man City and Liverpool in the title race. Another shout out of the blue for a title race here. Gonna have a good title race going on here if this is the case. Craig Richardson put on Leicester to struggle, Leeds to get top half. Forest finished highest out of promoted teams. I do think Forest will finish highest out of promoted teams. So, yeah. Peter Robson put on my shot predictions and Man United in a relegation battle. That is a shock. And Everton finish rock bottom. Matthew Hall put on here Everton and Southampton go down with Bournemouth. Golden Boot winner Harry Kane. And the out there opinion is Chelsea a finish outside of the top 4. So yeah, we will see. We'll see. There is some mad shouts. Lewis put on here Leeds to get Conference League. To be fair, I think Leeds have had a relatively decent window. I can see them having an okay finish, but again, it's just going to take a long time for Jesse Marsh to implement his system. And another person has put on NUFC win the League Cup and the FA Cup. Like, it's not going to happen, guys. It's just not going to happen. And Canny Geordie Dancer, great name, has put on Arsenal to push on into third with their massive signing Jesus. What a player, and hit the ground running. Thinks Chelsea will finish 4th and Liverpool will clinch the league. And he's got Newcastle 12th to 14th. Bit of a shock. We'll read a little couple more. Josh Kirtley put on Fulham's going to stay up comfortably. A lot of people have got Everton to be relegated, you know. As I've said, please. Another person for Haaland, less than 20 goals. Someone put on Harry Kane actually received a red card this season for one of his strikers' tackles. You know, when he bends down and jumps over the back. That is a shock. Phil Kirkmagic's put on here Havertz to be top scorer, very long shot take. Yeah, I think that is a long shot take, but again, if a new system's been implemented, Sterling supplying the goods, you never know what's going to happen there. And then JOTF has put on here West Ham to finish in the top 4. I can't see them getting Champions League, but I can definitely see them getting Europa or obviously Europa Conference. Again, another shout for Man United in the bottom half. I think there's a lot of wishful thinking going on here. I don't think it's like based on facts or anything like that. I think it's a lot of wishful thinking. And Scaredy Mouse put on Liverpool will win the league, FA Cup will go to Man City, League Cup Tottenham, Man United will win the Europa League, Forest, Leeds and Bournemouth go down. Well, you just never know. And another one for Fulham to stay comfortably up and Newcastle to win a cup. Guys, Newcastle aren't going to win a cup, it's just, I just can't see it. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. But I just cannot at all see Newcastle winning a cup this year. It's just doubt it's going to happen, to be honest with you. But for the last 5 minutes, let's go through everyone's comments, predictions, any league shocks that you've got, anything like that. Mad Debates has put on West Ham at 4th. I just can't see West Ham getting 4th. But as I said, the league wouldn't surprise me. There's always a shock in the league, isn't there, this year? How much would you offer Leicester Maddison if it meant Dubravka was part of the deal? I think 50 million in Dubravka is fine. Because if you're going to get a keeper like Nick Pope for 10 million, then Dubravka's worth at least that. At least 10, 15 million. So, that would be 65 million. That's what Leicester want. 45 million plus Dubravka. Do it. Do it. Good evening, Tom. He is a Huddersfield fan and hopes that the Toon do well this season, and he thinks that we're going to finish 10th. Where we at? Mike says Man United are a joke. Look at you finish top 10. I think you'll be fine. Absolutely fine. Nippon has got Fulham 20th, Southampton 19th, Bournemouth 18th, trying to get on the final day of the season. Oh, shout out Jem as well. Jem does loads of Chelsea content and other things like that. If you want to go and check Jem, I don't know, Jem, if that's your channel, but go and check Jem's content now on socials and things like that. He does amazing. I am good, thank you. How will Sven Botman do for you this season, do you think? I think he'll be good. Eddie Howe spoke very, very highly of him. I've watched him in games and I think he's brilliant. His stats against, I don't know, I can't remember if it was Atalanta or Athletic Bilbao, which he played now. His stats against those teams were fantastic. I think he completed 15 out of 16 passes. He had a 95% pass accuracy. It was just really, really good. So yeah, I think he'll be a strong, strong contender this season. And plus he's only 22, so he's still young, still mouldable, and he's got some decent centre backs to play behind. So play alongside. So yeah, I think he'll be fine. Yash's shock prediction is Leeds to finish top 8. Wow. Be impressive. Shock prediction, Brucey to promote West Brom. Now that is a shock because that ain't happening. Well, I hope it isn't anyway. The Jardy Lion says, evening Kendall, Brentford, Bournemouth, Leeds going down. Newcastle finished 10th, Arsenal first, City second, Liverpool third, fourth, United. Wow, Arsenal first. That's another league shout for Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal win the league this year, but I do think they will get Champions League. Prime in with his league predictions. He has got Man City first, Liverpool second, third Chelsea, fourth Spurs, fifth Man United, and sixth West Ham. So you've got Arsenal missing out altogether on, well, no, you haven't. You've got them in your Conference League spots. And he's also said Man City going to win the Champions League and Roma will win the Europa League. Again, Jose Mourinho, serial winner. So yeah, I do think that they'll probably have a good chance. But I do think it'll be one of the English teams. Europe through a cup though, I love that. Banish the pain of the 2 cup finals in 98 and 99. Lose at Wembley is the worst. I'm so glad that I don't remember that because I was only 3 and 4. So I don't remember that. So I'm glad. And we haven't had much cup success apart from obviously the championship since I was alive. So yeah, honestly, to win the FA Cup and then get Europe would be brilliant. It would just be insane. Absolutely fantastic. If Man United win the league, I will sing Glory, Glory, Man United live stream. Somebody clip this right now. Somebody clip it. Nippon says he's going to sing Glory, Glory, Man United on the live stream if Man United win the league. I think you're safe, Nippon, but somebody please clip this right now. And Flora says, if United win the league, I'll drop a super chat on this channel of any amount. See, Flawless is a Man United fan as well, so that's how much hope they have for the season ahead. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be out of pocket again. Be out of pocket there, but yeah, it'll be fun. Portugal will win the World Cup. England finish 3rd in the World Cup. Ghana don't get a point and finish bottom of their World Cup group. Oh no, I love Ghanaians. I love Ghana. I love their squad. They've signed some really, really good players now as well. They've got some good players coming through. I think Inaki Williams pledged his allegiance to Ghana just a few months ago. They've got some really decent players coming through, so that'll be actually genuinely really sad if they don't. And shout out Keontre as well. I hope you're doing well. You can see it Newcastle all the way. I did get KJ into football and into Newcastle all the way in America. So yeah, I hope you bring us good luck this season. Someone said more Kendall streams. I am, as I've said, going to be a little bit more active this season. After, I think I've said that for last season as well, and I wasn't. But I am definitely going to try this season because I need to just take it a little more seriously. And, last year was so negative for Newcastle. It actually, put me off doing content because I just didn't want to speak about it until, Christmas. And then, obviously, yeah, everything went well. And I found myself actually really enjoying talking about the club again and getting involved in things like that. So, yeah, hopefully it'll be a little bit more positive this year and we can do a little bit more content. this year. SS put Kendall for official media role in Newcastle United. That is my absolute life dream, but I wouldn't be able to stay impartial on social media, so I don't think I'll ever get that chance. But just to work in football in general, in media and football in general, is an absolute dream of mine. So yeah, hopefully one day we will see. Jordy Lyon's shock is that Almiron will outscore Maxi. You never know. Almiron is a different beast pre-season, so we might be able to see a bit more of him this season, see a bit more goals from him. Yeah, Nippon totally agrees. Man United, Arsenal, Europa League final. I do think that's what it'll be, because both just need the cup, really. Who's a dark horse this season? I don't know if you would call West Ham a dark horse, but I definitely think that they'll be up there. Brighton, again, I think are a dark horse. Us, really. So, yeah, there's a couple. And then yes, he said 2 easy top 5 this season. Yeah, I wish that would be amazing. Obviously, I've seen it before under Alan Pardew, but it hasn't even been it's been total pipe dream for the last 8 years or something. So yeah, that'll be incredible. And Joe Line says Botman played against Bilbao. Yeah, I couldn't remember which friendly he played, because I was at both, but they were a day after each other, and I knew we played different teams, but it was very confusing. And Tom says Botman looked comfortable last week. Quality, yeah, agree. He looked very good. The atmosphere didn't put him off or anything. He was embracing it, and he was really, really good, and his stats showed as well. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look. Prime says Nippon making another bet. You still have to fulfill the England bet, Nippon. So that's you told Nippon you have to go and do that. But I did click that. I didn't click it, but I'm sure someone did. Flawless says look up Prime on a Premier League prediction team hate on Ghana. Honestly, the hate is real. The hate is real from Prime. And yeah, I did juju Nigeria. I'm very sorry. I wore a Nigeria shirt and they lost really bad. So yeah, that was my fault. Although I do love Nigeria. Nigeria, my favourite African team. Nigeria and Ghana, but yeah, my juju is terrible. So now I've said I want Ghana to do well. They'll probably do shit, and they probably will do exactly what Prime said. And just to have no points whatsoever. But I'll just read a couple more of your comments out, and then we'll end the stream because that hour has flown by. And I've got to get ready for the game tomorrow. I'm probably not going to sleep. Tomorrow's going to be exceptional. My cheeks are already hurting off smiling through this stream. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be so good. Gadget's gone. Liverpool and Man City 1 and 2. Tottenham and Arsenal, that was mine, but Man City and Liverpool the other way around. Chelsea, West Ham, Man United, Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Brighton. So see, Mike says Kendall replaced Jeff Dunn on Soccer Saturday. I forgot that Jeff's not going to be there this season. I've actually forgot that. Obviously, Cammy's not going to be there this season either. Soccer Saturday is going to be depressing, isn't it? It's going to be horrible. But yeah, if you want to do a job, hello, I'm available to employ. In the media, I am available to employ. And Tom says that they're running skeleton staff at Newcastle, and he was doing about 3 different jobs. Look, Newcastle United, as I've said, they're probably never going to employ me because I'm not going to be impartial on social media, because I'm not used to doing that. So I would try and have to stay off social media. I'll probably just have to delete my account because I can't stay off Twitter. But yeah, we'll see. I would definitely 100% love to work in media at some point. But I do need to be more active on, content and stuff like that if I want to do that. Saturn sent it back tomorrow. I hope it's Shah and Botman. To be honest, it'll probably be Shah and Burn, but I would like to see Botman start. And I'm not sure that Botman and Burn are going to be a partnership, so I think it'll be more like Botman and Shah. Because everyone was saying that Botman doesn't like to play out from the back. He's not a ball-playing centre-back, whereas Shah is. So I think that the off-balance would be the offset of the balance will be good. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it will be Shah and Burn. 100%. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Someone said Jeff is there. Oh, I thought he retired. I thought he left. I know, obviously, Cammy did, but I thought Jeff left. But that's good. Jeff's back. That's fine. Totally fine. The world is in order again. I'm back streaming. Jeff Stellan's going to stay on Soccer Saturday. everything's right in the world. I'm joking. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, you know I appreciate you all so much. I obviously, please go and follow me on my socials if you already haven't. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or my Twitch, and vice versa if you already haven't. That would really appreciate me and help me out going into the new season. Please like the video as well, because it really does help the algorithms. And also, before I leave, please, after this stream, in my description box, I am going to put a GoFundMe link. My brother is running the Great North Run in September for Marie Curie, an amazing charity that my mum is actually a nurse for, and who my granddad was looked after at the end of his cancer journey last year. They are an amazing charity. They literally rely on donations. They don't get any funding, or they are not self-sustaining, if that makes sense. They really do rely on funding to stay afloat and provide the amazing services that they do. So I'm going to leave a GoFundMe link. It is pinned to the top of my Twitter, and it is also in my Instagram bio. But in the description box of this YouTube video, I am going to leave the GoFundMe link. So please, if you can, please go and check it out. Please donate if you can. Don't feel pressured, but if you can't donate, please share for us and try and help my brother reach his target. That would be incredible. But thank you again, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope that I will be back for a review of the Nottingham Forest and obviously Newcastle game. That is tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be back with a review for that this weekend, but obviously time dependent, life dependent. We will see, but keep an eye out on my socials. Please check the bell if you want to get notifications for when I go live, and please do all of that. I know that sounds like a lot I'm asking, and it is, to be fair, but I really do appreciate every single one of it. So good luck to all of your respective teams for this season, but not too much. And yeah, have a lovely weekend, and